Hey guys, quick disclaimer. Due to Greg false claiming people's videos, as well as a couple of my videos, this video, as well as a few others, will be re-uploaded, re-edited videos of previous Onision responses, where I update the intros and outros, the animation, as well as kind of setting it up with the new format that I have for these videos. So to everybody, I do appreciate you guys' support, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so just so we have a clear understanding of these turn of events when it comes to Onision's moral high ground. So at first he was a radical feminist, then going to calling himself an egalitarian. I say just calling himself that because he didn't act the way as an egalitarian would, and now is going back to defending feminism. Well, everybody, once more into the brink. So this video we're responding to today is called Everything You Know of Feminism is Wrong, which, to be perfectly honest, that title in of itself sounds very, very... Well, I want to use the word pompous because at this point, when it comes to everything that Onision says or does on the internet, it does seem like he only thinks for himself and thinks that his word is the only thing that matters. But what do I know, right? More than likely, he would look at my channel and unironically would say, "Oh, what do you know? You're just a white man." Which at this point, I feel that a lot of opinions shouldn't involve, your sexuality or your race or whatever. So, without further delay, why don't we go ahead and get this started.
Hey guys, you might catch me saying this a few times in upcoming videos, but I am going to start streaming a lot more on Twitch, and when I say stream, I mean there's some games I want to beat. So if you're there, awesome, you can talk to me, but if not, then I'm still going to enjoy beating my games alone in a dark room.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
Anyway, today I wanted to talk about feminism because someone on Onision.com said, "What do you think about radical feminism?" And I love talking about feminism because that is just a ton of women I could impregnate. And I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
Something tells me you're not.
Am I? Here's the problem. Okay, so at birth, men are given this thing called the desire to reproduce.
So do women.
Passionately, like it's just you gotta do it. And so my natural inclination is to stop talking because everything I say right now is creepy and awkward.
Well, it kind of is, considering that in your background, or at least in earlier videos, you mentioned how good-looking women are only good for reproduction. That's pretty much what you said. That men only look for looks instead of personality, and look for better genes for repopulation. Actually, I think the word you used was breeding, so, okay.
No, I don't want to impregnate all women. I'm kidding, you guys. I just want to impregnate most of them. Wow. Just go to any adult website, you'll see what I mean. We're disgusting. And you know what? Women are disgusting too. It's time we stop pretending.
Okay, did you just contradict yourself? Because now you're saying that women are also disgusting as men. So why even say that men are the only ones that have this whole sexual urge to reproduce? Okay, Onision, there's something I have to tell you. I know you hate hearing this. I know you hate hearing criticism. I know you hate, just people's opinions, but you gotta hear it, okay? Listen. Just listen to this.
You are made of stupid.
But the ultimate point of this video is that there are so many extremists out there, you guys. Like, there's so many. They're like the hard right-wing people who are just like crazy. Like, you'll see them going, oh, those liberals, the scumbag, blah. And then you'll see the hard left who are like, let me kill my babies if I want to. That's not really what's going on. That's not what's happening. It's not like, I want to kill my kids. It's like, that's not really what people are doing. But that's what the right will tell you.
Look, I don't want to go too much on what I believe, because I feel that if I start doing that, people might think I'm picking sides, which I don't want to do. But I will say that when it comes to both sides, because I try to be, or at the very least, listen to the right and the left on their arguments. I can understand both sides when it comes to abortion. When it comes to the right, they believe that it's not just a pocket of cells, it's, an actual living being inside a woman. And I can understand where people who make mistakes, are kind of stupid when it comes to, having sex, thinking, oh, I don't need protection. And then those people, the ones that I are concerned about are the people who end up getting sexually assaulted, and then they end up becoming pregnant due to that situation. So when it comes to this whole abortion deal, I can understand people's arguments, but I will say too that just because certain people have different opinions, the mass majority of them aren't radicals. I'm assuming Onision's trying to make it out like that, but that's not the case. Sure, there are some people who are, or at the very least have radical views, but I don't think to the extent that Onision is making it out to be. Now, before anybody asks, am I actually going to give credit to Onision for that? Onision is an asshole, so no, I'm not going to give him that credit. Look, as I said in earlier videos, you can be right all you want, but if you're a fucking asshole, then nobody wants to hear from you.
And the left will tell you the opposite, right? They'll tell you that, like, these people are taking away women's rights and so forth. It's all just a bunch of crap. It's all just a bunch of ridiculous nonsense. And I just realized something. I can actually cuss in this video because there's no way I'm gonna get this past monetization right away because it's such a controversial topic. So
if that's true, then why are you still censoring out your words, you fucking pansy?
But anyway, the ultimate point of this video, and I know I've been dancing around it, is we have got to stop swallowing the horse. And by we have to, I mean we don't have to. We could just chill out and watch Netflix and let the world burn.
I smell Jojo! You're ugly.
Too. People take one fat, ugly and they say, oh, that's a feminist. And then they blanket statement across all the feminists who are actually great people. They give great blow and so forth.
Is he really trying to make it out that the only people who are radical feminists are those individuals? If so, then you are really fucking stupid.
And that's just not how it is. You know, like, there are so many awesome men and women who are supportive of women and who defend their rights and who fit the definition of feminism, but there are so many random ass nasty mustache motherfucking cottage cheese armpits don't shave their peppers out there who ruin the concept of feminism. They bring their nasty, fat, sagging, covered asshole, pale, pink hair motherfucker is out with their signs that say men are all rapists, and then they ruin it for every other motherfucking chick out there who is so tight downstairs. It'll I just recently decided to delete my filter, and this is too fun. So she's got this tight right, and you're out of it, right? And she's a good feminist, you know. She's the best. She will unload all the balls, you know. And you just, like, after you're done. Anyway, long story short, stop being stupid. Not everybody's an extremist. You know, feminists are full of amazingly great women who will drain your ass. You know what? I feel like I got off. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. It's just a lot of. That's all I'm talking about. But I think you guys know my position. You know, it's the doggy position. It's a really good one on feminism. and lastly, I want to close on this. The whole 2 in the pink, 1 in this.
Okay, so who all agrees that this particular video was a waste of time? So, pretty much the gist of this video, he's claiming that only the feminists, like the people who are overweight, that don't groom themselves, are all the radical feminists. Okay, shithead. It's funny you don't want to mention people like Anita Sarkeesian, who scammed people out of money for a video series that she never finished, as well as setting up a Discord which costs nothing, absolutely nothing, while also spewing propaganda about the female tropes in gaming, as well as spewing other propaganda with her show with her co-hosts, who at this point play professional victim when both men and women give their opinions about her quote-unquote videos and her topics about women portrayed in video games, which I have to point out that it is all fictional. And then you have Zoe Quinn, who allegedly had sex with several journalists to promote her own game. Yes, the video game was free, but at the same time made the credibility of journalists go down. Well, at the very least, the ones that, you know, allegedly slept with her. When this individual was called out on said allegations, she, like Anita Sarkeesian, played the victim and acted like she was being harassed, was receiving death threats and all these other threats that just go beyond the spectrum. These two women are the perfect examples of what radical feminism is. And this is going to be controversial, but just understand how I feel about this, because, like I said, this is all my opinion. When it comes to radical feminism, it isn't for the rights of women. What radical feminism wants is what makes their lives easier. Not actually going into, into the situations of third world countries, but instead doing what they can to make their lives better and attack, quote unquote, misogyny and destroy a alleged rape culture. And no offense, but when you try to down people who are a different gender than you, at this point calling all men rapists, all men misogynist, that they mansplain, that at this point you yourself are enacting a form of sexism, in a sense, where you think that your opinions are above somebody else's, or you're above somebody else because you're of a different gender. Now, as I said, I don't try to pick sides, but at the very least, when it comes to where I stand, I try to enact the same ideals as an egalitarian. Somebody who tries to help both men and women. Because to me, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, male, female, non-binary, doesn't matter to me. Everybody should be treated equally. And just so we're clear, when it comes to those certain things, when I go over topics, doesn't matter who you are. If I have an issue or if I have some questions about it, I will question everybody equally, or at least try to. Look, my final thoughts on this whole situation is us making all these groups to attack problems isn't really helping this situation. So far, none of us have really come to a solution. All of us should really come together and kind of work out our problems. But there are some of us, I will say, that absolutely refuse to listen because they feel that they're right. Onision being the perfect example. So, what are your thoughts? I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you guys can, please leave in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe if you're new, and all that good stuff. Thank you again for stopping by. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care.